Wagner CEO Yevgeny Prigozhin was one of 10 people who perished when their plane went down in Russia. It was speculated that he was already on the plane. Air defenses in the Tver region, north of Moscow, reportedly shot down the jet, which was previously claimed by the Wagner-affiliated Telegram group Grey Zone. In June, Prigozhin staged a revolt that was put down by the Russian military. Additional information regarding this developing news story will be made available as soon as possible. For the latest and greatest version, please refresh the page. Yevgeny Prigozhin, commander of the Wagner Group, was spotted in St. Petersburg during the Africa-Russia meeting this week. He shook hands with Central African Republic Ambassador Freddie Mapauka, who is also a presidential advisor. Dmitry City, supposedly in charge of Wagner's operations in Kar, posted the photo on his Facebook page. Since Wagner's aborted mutiny in June, this is the first time Mr. Prigozhin has been spotted in Russia. BBC Verify confirmed that Mr. Prigozhin and Mr. Mapauka met at the Trzini Palace Hotel in St. Petersburg. BBC Verify utilized facial recognition software to compare the image of Prigozhin to known photographs of the Kar official, and found a 99% match, proving that the two images belong to the same guy. The Russian media reports that Prigozhin owns the Trzini Palace Hotel in the backdrop of the shot, and its interior details match those in the hotel. The pattern on Mr. Mapauka's lanyard is identical to that on the official lanyards all of the summit's delegates wore. Finding no older examples of the identical photograph through a search suggests it has only recently made its way onto the internet. Wagner mercenaries number in the hundreds, and they're helping the government of diamond-rich Kar combat rebel factions. The United Kingdom sanctioned the two leaders of Wagner's activities in Kar last week on charges of torture and civilian deaths. Prigozhin was photographed with the president of Afrique Media, a pro-Russian TV outlet based in Cameroon, in St. Petersburg. Prigozhin has been interviewed by Afrique Media at least 3 times this year. Mr. Prigozhin visited Belarus last week, prompting these discussions. A video of him greeting fighters and calling recent developments on the front line in Ukraine a disgrace can be found on Telegram groups associated with the Wagner mercenary company. And he drops a few hints that Wagner could come back to the war effort down the road. Averting a global food crisis was a top priority for Russian President Vladimir Putin, who said during the Africa-Russia summit that his country will replace Ukrainian grain supplies to Africa on a commercial and assistance basis. Putin has stated that in the next 3 to 4 months, Russia will be prepared to give away between 25,000 and 50,000 tons of grain to Burkina Faso, Zimbabwe, Mali, Somalia, the Central African Republic, and Eritrea at no cost. These are all countries that Russia supports, with the exception of Somalia, which is experiencing a major humanitarian crisis. Russia recently backed out of an agreement that allowed Ukrainian grain exports to be shipped over the Black Sea to international markets. In regards to Mr. Putin's commitment to transfer free grain to Africa, the EU has stated its belief that he is fooling African countries. Russia is not likely to follow through on its promise, according to the European Commission.